All right, well, back here at home, earlier this month, 7 on Your Side broke a story that triggered an FDA investigation and millions of cans of pet food being pulled from shelves nationwide.
After 7 months of research and lab tests, senior investigative reporter Lisa Fletcher found the euthanasia drug pentobarbital in multiple varieties of dog food, and she is here now with an update for us. Lisa, what's going on?
Well, hundreds of media organizations have carried our story, and with it, people from across the country are following how Smucker's, the brand owner, and the FDA are handling the pentobarbital contamination. Different lots, different stores, same problem. A lethal drug used to primarily kill cats and dogs, never allowed to be used on animals in the food supply, showing up in what you feed your pets.
Say, where does it come from? It comes from euthanasia of animals using that euthanasia drug. So these animals could be dogs, they could be cats, they could be horses. But how is it getting into the pet food?
Dr. Nicholas Dodman is the former director of the Animal Behavior Program at Tufts University.
Best case scenario for pet food companies is they're unaware. Maybe that is their state of knowledge, they do not know. But someone further down that chain is slipping these things in and it's getting there.
While the levels we discovered were not lethal, pentobarbital is never permitted in the food supply at any concentration. Smucker's has reported the source of the pentobarbital as beef fat from cattle and no other animal. Problem is, beef fat isn't even an ingredient on the label. Smucker's says the beef fat was in animal fat, yet the company won't say what, if any, other animals they tested for.
There are things that seem to be missing in their report.
Dr. Sean Callan is the Director of Operations and Quality at Ellipse Analytics, the lab that conducted our tests for pentobarbital.
So the thing about DNA testing is you have to sort of decide ahead of time what you want to look for. So if you decide that you want to look for beef and ocelot and unicorn, and then you can say, yep, we only found beef. But did you look for horse? Did you look for canine? Did you look for feline? It'd be nice to know these things.
We asked Smucker's what animals they looked for in the DNA test. They would not answer, raising the question, did they instruct the lab to look for commonly euthanized animals like dog, cat, and horse? If they didn't, it would not be found. Smucker's issued a withdrawal of more than 30 types of Gravy Train, Kibbles and Bits, Skippy, and Old Roy canned dog food. A withdrawal serves the same end as a recall. The product comes off the shelves in every store in America. So why not call it a recall? The FDA tells us it was the fastest way to get the products out of stores.
The fact that this is a withdrawal and it's technically a recall is not how the law is supposed to work.
Bill Marler is one of America's premier foodborne illness attorneys.
I think it's a PR stunt. I think it sounds better that it's a withdrawal as opposed to a recall. A withdrawal is these companies still have control of the product. A recall is a specific scenario where the product is in people's homes. They've already fed it to their children or their animals, and that product needs to be completely pulled out of the stream of commerce.
We've asked both Smucker's and the FDA how many cans of food were pulled off shelves. They declined to answer. A food industry executive who's overseen a number of national recalls conservatively estimated that number at more than 40 million. Smucker's tells us as a result of our story, it will test all products for the presence of pentobarbital. Dr. Callan says that's an excellent first step, but warns without more information, the results could be misleading.
It would be nice to know, again, how sensitive their test is going to be. You can look for pentobarbital with a really insensitive measure and never find it. But if you're looking for it with the level of rigor you need in order to really rule out its presence, that's a little bit harder to do.
We shared all of our lab data, methods, and protocols with Smucker's. We asked them to share theirs with us so our scientists could look it over. They declined. They actually declined to answer all but one of our latest questions. You can see all of that on our website.
Wow, you're back here in the studio. Lisa, a lot of things have happened as a result of your story.
Yeah, I wish we had time to talk about all of them. One of the things that has happened, though, is an online petition has launched to encourage Smucker's to recall all its pet food and upgrade its production standards. That petition has nearly 105,000 signatures, and what's important about that is consumers are speaking out. And it's not just Smucker's getting the message. These are the kinds of things that can drive industry-wide reform.
Wow.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah.
Lisa, thank you very much.
Thanks.